everybody, Skippy Gameplay here with a brand new video. So recently in my YouTube feed I stumbled across a project that I had seen many times before. Maybe even you have too. This project I'm talking about is CryZENx's Zelda Ocarina of Time Unreal Engine Remake. Now in terms of goals for this project, I'm not sure what the creator is hoping to one day accomplish, but I thought it'd be fun to take a look at what is available to the public at this point in time, and to show off a little bit of what this person has done. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Unreal. First things first, I opened a file I thought was the demo and ended up getting an infinite loading screen, so make sure you don't make the same mistake that I did. After finding the real thing, however, we're greeted to a relatively basic startup screen with a detailed model of young Link striking a pose. I decided to hop right into story mode to see what this was all about. After a quick Deku Tree cutscene, we see Navi flying through Kokiri Forest, akin to the original game. Then we cut right to Link, and let me take a second to talk about the graphics, since that's the main focus of this demo. Right off the bat, jaw-dropping. Other than this weird crosshatch effect Link has for some odd reason, the textures, lighting, and other post-processing effects make this rendition of Kokiri Village look absolutely unreal, pardon the pun. Link himself is looking pretty sharp in this world of god rays and anti-aliasing, and I'm not sure if I ever want to go back to the original. Well, I would say that if it weren't for one thing, the gameplay. Now I'm fully aware that this is a work in progress, and that replicating any game's core gameplay is a daunting task in and of itself, but sometimes the way Link controls in this demo can be cumbersome. Link can feel heavy and unresponsive, making certain things like jumping, swimming, and combat take away some of the enjoyment when trying to get through this demo. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. Let's talk about the first subsequent location, the Great Deku Tree. The lighting effects, much like the rest of the demo, are once again astoundingly gorgeous. Other than a few new design choices, this is a relatively faithful recreation of the original first dungeon. Climbing is one of the things I can say feels nice and responsive as opposed to the slew of other technical difficulties I've encountered so far. Making my way through the dungeon, I came across a familiar room where you're supposed to jump on the rising platforms to light a torch. I have a problem with this room for the sole fact that the jumping is broken, which makes it difficult to get from platform to platform, and the fact that there's no reward for finishing the puzzle. Bummer. After making my way to the top of the tree, I jump down to the area below and encounter another torch puzzle. Let me stop for a second and marvel at the way the lighting is in this section. I just love the blue light Navi puts off in this dark room, and the way it reflects off the surfaces is gorgeous. Now let me get back to the puzzle. As I stated before, the swimming and jumping in this demo is jank, and causes a small problem with this section where you're supposed to jump across a gap in the water with a flaming stick. Well, you can't. Well, you can. It's weird. Link's jump is so underwhelming that unless you roll before jumping, there's no way you can make the jump. This theme continues throughout much of the dungeon. I continue on my way, deflecting Deku Seeds, hitting switches, lighting torches, and taking in the scenery, until I eventually stumble across something that I wasn't expecting at all. A sub-boss? In the Great Deku Tree? I'm not really sure what to call this, but boy did it push my buttons. The goal here is to shoot your slingshot at this big eye on the ceiling, while fighting off these baby Gomas. Sounds simple enough, right? Wrong. The sub-boss is creative, not going to lie, but there are a number of issues. Hitting the eye is easy enough, but the baby Gomas are absolutely ruthless, and with jank combat, it only becomes stressful. There's plenty of hearts in the room, but it's a challenge picking them up when your character runs like a truck full of bricks, trying to do a U-turn while going 60 miles per hour. Meanwhile, the boss is popping out babies more often than PewDiePie putting out Minecraft videos, which, mind you, are extremely hard to hit with your tiny sword that you control with the finesse of a one-legged unicyclist. And that's not even all. Once you die, you either restart the fight or exit the application entirely, which wouldn't be so bad if you were actually able to see the options. But I digress. This demo is still fantastic for all the things it gets right. I never thought that I'd ever see a game from my childhood look as good as it does here, and all the jank in the world couldn't nullify the amount of enjoyment I get from playing around in this demo. Call me a wuss, but I actually wasn't able to beat this enemy, so I decided to do the next best thing and check out the other option on the main menu, the Temple of Time. There isn't much to say other than it's a beautiful and accurate recreation of the original thing. I love the way the pendants look on the pedestal. I just wish I could see what's beyond the gate. Anyway, that just about covers the stuff I was able to see in this demo. I think CryZENx did a fantastic job recreating the world we all know and love, while also taking some creative liberties and making it more than it originally was. I can only hope to see what they plan to do next with this demo. I know I'll be checking in whenever there's new updates just to see what they accomplish in the coming future. That wraps everything up. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sorry if I haven't been very active lately, but I'm trying to get more into the habit of making well-scripted and thought-out videos, rather than just live streaming. All in all, I'm happy you came and I'm excited to see you in all the things I do moving forward. See you all later.